Here's a quick snapshot of where we are in God's work. The worldwide attendance stands at about 5,500, and serving those brethren, we have 72 ordained ministers. 41 of them are employed by the church. Counting the ministers and employees, 115 people work for this church full-time. Another 60 are on payroll as part-timers, and we've added 55 employees just since 2006, when the college first started to turn out four-year graduates. Our beautiful 160-acre headquarters campus, which features the magnificent Armstrong Auditorium, the Hall of Administration, a large mail processing and literature storage facility, a state-of-the-art television studio, and numerous structures for the college and for our academy, spread out over all of the campus. As for the message, that's the most important thing, the message that's going out to this world via television, the internet, and the massive amounts of printed matter, including all of Mr. Armstrong's major works, and a storehouse of additional material that we've produced since 1989. I mean, all of that pretty much speaks for itself. The Key of David program has been on the air for 18 years now, on stations all over the world.
Greetings, everyone. I did a TV program on January 27th of this year and talked to you about Libya and Ethiopia and said that those two nations should be watched.
And of course, we started this very program, this daily television program, just this year. The print version of the Trumpet magazine has a circulation of over 300,000 people each month. Outside of that, our mail processing facility distributed an additional 534,000 pieces of literature in 2010, our most popular being Mystery of the Ages. God has truly blessed this work of raising the ruins. He's blessed it immensely over the past 21 years. He started by giving us His family government. That's important to note. That's how it began. It began with none of what I've described here, but it did have His family government from the start. He pointed us in the right direction from the start with that government and with Malachi's message, and added to that, we now have every major work of Herbert W. Armstrong. We are the only church that can make that claim. Every major work that he has, we can distribute to you freely. And we often do, as you know, whether online or whether you call us up and ask for Mystery of the Ages. We'll send you a free copy. In addition to all of that, we have the public appearance campaigns. My father's traveled all over the world to speak to people like you that are interested in this work.
Maybe I could just ask how many of you have received this booklet on the point of no return? Could I ask for a show of hands? Okay, well, thank you very much. I just wanted to add something really to that message tonight. God said, He talks about in Lamentations 2 and verse 15, and that's a book about, or that is about the book of Lamentations, and God talks about the perfection of beauty, and He's talking about His church, the perfection of beauty and the joy of the whole earth. Now, you don't see much joy in this earth He's talking about now, and He's talking about the future. And God says He's going to fill this earth with joy.
There's the television program, the Key of David, the Trumpet Daily, and also the videos that we post online, hundreds of them in fact. There are the magazines, the booklets, dozens and dozens of booklets, many different books, and of course the 36-lesson Bible correspondence course, which we've been offering to viewers for several years now. On campus, just as it was in the days of old under Mr. Armstrong, we have a grade school with all of the activities that come along with that. Then there's the small high school, and of course the 4-year college, Armstrong College. We've also revived Mr. Armstrong's International Cultural Foundation, which includes many humanitarian projects that we have here on campus and also around the world. There's the concert series that we've sponsored for well over 10 years, and of course this past year it's been in the beautiful Armstrong Auditorium. There's the Jerusalem dig, which we've been involved in since 2006. One other aspect of our many musical programs is the Young Ambassadors. Here again, another project that we've resurrected just like it was in the days of old.
Just remember what your old pal said, son, you've got a friend in me. Yeah, you've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend. You've got a friend in me. If you got troubles, then I got them too. There isn't anything I wouldn't
just in these last few years, we've been hard at work raising up God's house, or Armstrong Auditorium, which has been open now for almost a year. It's an incredible story, and much of it is recounted in this book, Raising the Ruins. Raising the Ruins, which was printed in 2006. When we went through that 6-year lawsuit from 1997 to 2003, besides getting all of Mr. Armstrong's literature, those books and booklets, the correspondence course, we also were privy to all kinds of information that was turned over to us from the Worldwide Church of God through discovery. And much of that, many of the key ingredients to that information is located in this book, Raising the Ruins. Just to quote a brief excerpt to you from the inside jacket of the book, it reads, Herbert W. Armstrong was the world's leading televangelist and one of the most prominent religious leaders of the 20th century, watched, read, and followed by millions worldwide. But his legacy of Bible-based humanitarianism came under attack after he died. The cabal of leaders who took control of the church he founded, after pledging to follow in his steps, methodically destroyed all that he built. Those who would stop them were silenced or excommunicated. Had it happened in the corporate world, the CEOs and executives responsible for hijacking a corporation and robbing its investors would have been fired, if not prosecuted, in a court of law. Never before has this shocking story been told in such riveting detail, drawing upon official reports, internal memos, court depositions, and personal interviews. Raising the Ruins exposes the depth of corruption and deceit that was Tekachism, the administration of Joseph Tkach, who succeeded Mr. Armstrong as Pastor General of the Worldwide Church of God. This book tells the story of what happened, not just what happened with the Tkachs after they took over, but it also gives a lot of detail about this work that's come along since then, this work through which God has raised the ruins. As I say, it's an incredible story, and it's told in this full 300 and some odd page book that's yours for the asking. Just go to the phone and call the number on your screen and request your free copy of Raising the Ruins. We'll send you a free copy. We'll pay for the phone call. We've obviously paid for the book, and we'll pay for the shipping as well. This is a book that no other church claiming to follow Mr. Armstrong has, a book that tells the whole story of what happened after Mr. Armstrong died, and more importantly, a book that answers the question, where is God? Where is God? It all started so incredibly small, that's true, but look at his work today. It's exactly the way you would expect it to happen. As Mr. Armstrong wrote in his autobiography, when God does something through humans, it must start in the smallest of ways. But like the tiny mustard seed, the smallest of herbs, it continually grows until it becomes the biggest. We thank you for joining us today, and we'll look forward to seeing you again tomorrow morning.